Hello Scorpio and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie and this is going to be your weekly reading for August 16th through the 22nd. Quick disclaimer, this is a general reading and cannot possibly resonate with everyone. Take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And if none of it resonates, check out one of your other signs or go check out one or many of the wonderful, brilliant readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist, counselor, etc. I'm just a girl with the passion for the tarot, and anything that I say resembling advice is based solely on my opinion, which is based on my experiences, my knowledge, my interpretations of the cards, and any bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively throughout the reading. That being said, I do want to quickly apologize for not getting any readings up last week. We had a devastating storm. We've been without electricity on and off for the past week, and it seems to be ongoing. And so I'm just chasing electricity in order to get these readings recorded in the first place. So I'm sure anybody who lives in the area will understand. And yeah, that's all I really got in terms of that. So let's get started. Oh, also, this reading is going to look a little different than the last one I uploaded. I'm trying different spreads. I'm just trying to find something that flows best and works, and I'm really pleased with how this is going so far with the other readings this week. So let me know what you think, what you prefer in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for other kinds of readings that you would like to see on my channel, also leave that in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions, hear your ideas, and then incorporate them into my readings in the future. So I am still starting out with an archetype card for each reading. And this week you guys got Thanatos, death. Of course you did. You're Scorpio. And the last reading I did, y'all got Apocalypsis. So there's just no mundane, no chill, no relaxed messages for you guys. It's all dramatic. It's all heavy. I do apologize. But don't freak out. Like I said last week, don't panic. Death is a precursor to change. And in fact, if we're going to think back to your reading from last week for a minute, Apocalypsis was all about learning information, experiencing some kind of revelation that changes the way you see the world and forces you to change who you are and how you live. It can be a painful process, but ultimately it results in your betterment as long as your head is in the right place and your heart is in the right place. And actually, your head doesn't even have to be in the right place as long as your heart is in the right place. So this week, because the theme for you guys is Thanatos, then that implies that some major changes are still occurring for you guys, probably in terms of your perspective and your worldview and your lifestyle, as well as your evaluation of the relationships that you have with other people in your life. So that being said, we'll go ahead and I'm going to start out with a few, well, I've already started out, but I'm going to pull a few Lenormand cards to give us an idea of what the main or major situation is that you guys will be dealing with this week. These cards are read in multiples or pairs, so I am not going to really speak too much on them until I have them all out on the table. Let's see, what is the main situation for Scorpio this week? So we're starting with the woman. This could be you or another woman in your life that is important this week, or at the very least related to a major situation occurring for you guys this week. We have the bear. The bear could be considered aggressive, but the bear is ultimately very powerful. And when we have the woman and the bear, I get mother bear vibes. So let's see what else we've got. Let's clarify that bear for me. We have the Tower. This can be somebody in authority. This could refer to government. This could refer to some kind of institution. The Tower is also a place where we can hold ourselves up to protect ourselves and to stay safe from the outside world. So this could also indicate loneliness and isolation as well. It's a very wide array of interpretations. But this could indicate either you or a woman you know who is very protective of herself. And so she does typically stay away from people keep to herself, lock herself up in her tower, and watch the ongoings of life and the world around her from afar, out of fear or paranoia. This could also be somebody who's very powerful and potentially somebody who's wealthy, somebody who has a lot of resources. I don't know. You know what? That may not necessarily be the case, but it is somebody who appears to... This could also be a woman who is kind of cold or guarded. Guarded. That was the word I was looking for. Not necessarily cold, but very guarded. And because we have the bear here, I do have the feeling that at the very least she perceives some kind of danger. Or she feels some sort of vulnerability, and that is why she is so guarded. This could have to do with pain or trauma from the past, or a situation that is ongoing. I mean, this person, if it's you or somebody else, could have a very good reason for being guarded. Okay, I often invoke the bear energy when I feel unsafe or I feel that I need strength, because the bear is a very strong, empowering character or archetype. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we'll pull some tarot cards to get an idea for what may be going on, get some clarification on this situation. Good Lord. All right. So first I'm going to clarify the woman. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is also... Wait, hold on. No, the Five of Cups. I need glasses. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying just a second ago about hurts or pain or trauma from the past. Some kind of grief, some kind of sadness that you or this individual, whoever this woman is, she carries this sadness with her. And this could be very well related to why she isolates, why she is overly protective, why she is so cautious and guarded. Let's get an idea for the connection between the woman and the bear. So we have the Ten of Swords. It did come out in reverse. This is one of those where I see a similar meaning either way. This is actually very closely related to the Death card and the Death card in the tarot. Okay, so some situation that has just beaten you down, or this individual, to the point where it's basically killed you. In the sense that you can no longer live the same way you did before. You can't think the same way you did before. You can't feel the same way you did before. This has definitely... This sadness, this grief, has completely overtaken somebody's life. It's this shadow that looms constantly over this individual. This could be a death, literally. This sadness could be referring to a death or a situation that ended very badly, where I just feel like this is a very hard lesson learned. Because it's in reverse, there is an inability to move on from it. And that's why this looms, okay? Because you or this woman, this individual, somebody can't let go of this pain of whatever happened, and they live a very lonely, sheltered, and isolated life because of it. Okay, let's get some clarification on the bear. So we have the Seven of Cups, and it did come out in reverse, so this has to do with illusions or potentially offers, misleading offers. Choices are usually indicated by the Seven of Cups. And the idea is that some of these choices or options are misleading or dangerous or not real, I guess, which is where I get the word illusion from. I really like the Line Strider deck, where the Seven of Cups is a picture of a woman looking in a mirror and it's shattered because it's this shattering of illusions. And so this card coming out here, this tells me that perhaps the reason why this situation was so painful is because it did shatter somebody's illusions, somebody's idea of what life was like, or their own reality. Perhaps they had an unrealistic perception of their situation or their reality. And when this painful event occurred, it just turned everything upside down for them. It made them realize how much they were wrong about certain things. And then, it just imparts this very negative, pessimistic outlook on life afterwards because everything fell apart. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card for the Tower, clarify the Tower, or the relationship between the bear and the Tower. So we have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is in reverse. So we have a lot of unbalanced energy here already on the table. I just want to point that out. The King of Cups in reverse tells me that this is somebody who does not have a good understanding of their feelings or why they feel the way they do, or cannot express or handle their emotions. They can't deal with it, basically. And so this is why this Tower is here. That's why they're so guarded. They cannot deal with their feelings. And that's also why they're hanging on to this situation. They can't process. Whatever pain this is, whatever happened, they just shut down. And there may be an element of ego in this as well, especially with the Seven of Cups in reverse. That's something that I often notice with the Seven of Cups, is that when our illusions are shattered, then not only is our reality turned upside down, but sometimes we have a really hard time admitting that we were wrong. I apologize. The dog was trying to get to my Pop-Tarts. It's a no-go. But I shouldn't have left the Pop-Tart out. And that's my bad. What was I saying? Oh, right. Seven of Cups. When our illusions are shattered, then we have to admit that we were wrong about something. And sometimes people get hung up on that in the ego aspect. Okay, just the fact of admitting that you were wrong, or that you could be so wrong about your situation or about your understanding of a situation, that there's almost a level of shame. And that is another hang up. That's another thing that stops people from processing their emotions, is because, I don't know, it's almost like embarrassment. The vibe I'm getting from this reading right now is that this individual was just so hurt by whatever happened. The pain is so great that they never want to feel that again. And if that means never trusting or loving or having another happy expectation in their life, then it's worth it to them to never have to experience the pain of this Ten of Swords and Seven of Cups energy together. It's better to just be alone and angry forever than to try to be happy and potentially risk losing everything again. Which is a sad way to live. It is no good way to live. Alright, so I'm going to switch tarot decks now, and I'm going to clarify these tarot cards with more tarot cards, and then we'll get to the oracle. So now we're going to clarify that Five of Cups. Maybe get an idea of what this painful event from the past is, what this grief surrounds. Get some insight. Okay, so we have the Ace of Water. Oh, and this deck, it is connected to constellations, as well as it's like a different tarot. It is tarot, but it's almost like a different system. So these meanings may be a little different than what you're used to from the traditional tarot. Anyway, so this card is the Ace of Water, Hydrus, and it says wisdom, fluidity, and awareness. And this is in the reverse. So this is Usually the Ace of Water would be related to the Ace of Cups, and this would be a new relationship. But in this case, it would be in reverse. It would be an empty cup, so it could be a failed relationship. But because this is, on this card, it says wisdom, fluidity, awareness, then this could have to do with misunderstanding a situation, not being aware of something. And this kind of ties into with the Seven of Cups energy in reverse. Gosh, you know what, I'm just gonna clarify that. Clarify this Ace of Water, please. Because I almost get the sense that this may have to do with a relationship with somebody that, they thought was one thing, but it wasn't. They thought maybe there were feelings there, but there weren't. And so there's this feeling of betrayal. And also going back to that the wounded ego, right? Where you feel stupid for, in some situations, loving someone when they didn't love you back and putting all of your eggs in that basket. And so when this potential relationship, okay, because this won't resonate with everybody, and this is just an example, but to realize the cup is empty, and that perhaps it was the whole time, then not only is this a failed relationship that results in pain on your behalf or on this individual's behalf, but the other person isn't nearly as hurt, as affected as they are. And that is very painful in and of itself. It can lead to the development of trust issues and a very guarded personality. Anyway, let's clarify it still. Clarify that Ace of Cups, please. Ace of Water. Okay, all right, I'm hearing you. So we have the Four of Fire associated with the constellation Apis, I believe is how you say that. It says performance, acting, and ego. So this could be an intentional deception by somebody who pretended to love this individual and did not actually love them or used them. And then they got what they wanted, and then they just left. And left this person with a whole lot of heartache, a whole lot of pain, and a whole lot of distrust. Okay, let's clarify this Ten of Blades in reverse. So we have the Six of Fire, Sagitta and Indus, warrior spirit, determination, and virtue. Almost as if the situation was so painful and heavy that you or this individual, somebody, doesn't even care to fight for themselves anymore. They've lost their will to have better or to seek out happiness and to fight for it. They've lost their will to defend themselves. Or, I don't know, I get the words fight for love in my mind. Like, they just don't, it just broke them down. Or it broke you down to the point where you would rather give up and hide than stand up for yourself and recognize that you were worth better, that you deserved better, and that you should have gotten better. Okay, let's see what this Seven of Cups in reverse is all about. We have the Lovers in reverse. And this is what I'm talking about with it being different astrological associations. In this deck, it's connected to the constellation of Cancer. And it says family, affection, loved ones, and connection. And this is in reverse. So this could very well be someone in your family, okay? This pain, this deceit, this empty cup here, that would actually explain a lot to me why this situation is so heavy. Because at first I was kind of thinking that this could be like a romantic situation, and that somebody came into your life and pretended to like you or love you when they didn't, and then walk away and leave you with nothing. But it's even worse because this is somebody in your own family. This is someone who's supposed to love you unconditionally, no matter what. And they show up with an empty cup and act like it's full, and they get what they want out of you, and then they leave. And not only are you left to contend with the fact that someone could do that to you, that someone could act like they love you and then betray you or hurt you in such a way, but this is someone potentially that is your own blood, or someone that you have a very deep connection to in one way or another. Because family isn't always blood, and I do recognize that, but family, someone that you would consider family, who is supposed to love you no matter what. And they've got nothing for you. They got what they wanted out of you, and then they mistreat you, or they just abandon you. They walk away. And that is why this is so painful. This is what leaves you so guarded. And that is also what makes it so difficult to process and accept and let go of. Because that's like the pinnacle of human existence, is that we have the mother and the father and the family. And then we create our own family. And that is the most important thing. You pull someone off the street 99% of the time. I'm pulling that number out of my ass, but let's just say 99% of the time. I'd think that when you ask them what is most important in this life, they say family. They say loved ones. Maybe they say my parents or my kids. My brother or my sister. Family. And so to be betrayed by family is so much worse. It's so much heavier. And so then you just don't even want to trust anybody at all, ever. Because the person who should, by all rationale, because of human evolution, like the people, your family should love you more than anything. And they should be the last ones to hurt you. And so that's going to create some trust issues for sure. That's definitely going to shatter your illusion of what it means to be family and what it means to be loved. It's going to make you question whether or not you've ever known love. And it's going to make you question your ability to give love to others if you could be, because it makes you feel unlovable. If your own family could do this to you, then it makes you wonder, what's wrong with me? Why don't I deserve love? And it's not that simple. Unfortunately, some people are just very shitty and narcissistic, and that could be what is going on here in this situation for you. And so there's this huge, wounded child energy that has to be healed for you guys, because as long as you carry it with you, not only does it influence how you approach new relationships or life as a whole, but if you allow this situation to convince you that you are unlovable, or that you're not worth being treated right, that you're not worth that unconditional love, then how do you accept true unconditional love from somebody else? And especially if you have a hard time letting go of this situation, because we do have this, okay, back over here for a minute, performance, acting, and ego. So this person is denying you love while acting like they do love you. They're manipulating you. They're stringing you along. Or at least they did in the past. And that's why you don't fight. You don't fight it because you're allowing yourself to believe what you know isn't true in your heart. They've got you hook, line, and sinker here. And somehow they're feeding you lies and bullshit in one hand, and then they're just taking away from you with the other hand, and either you don't see it, or you do, and you don't care, because you're like, I love this person, this is my family, this is what family is, this is what family is about, but it's not what family is about. I don't know why I'm so worked up about this. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and clarify the King of Cups in reverse as well. Okay, so we have the Ace of Earth in reverse, connected to the constellations Lacerta and Musca. Again, sorry if I said that wrong. Transition, renewal, and evolution. Okay. Your inability or your unwillingness to process these emotions, to process the truth and the gravity of the situation, and your choice to continue to entertain the lies of this individual here, this holds you back. This does not allow you to grow or evolve. And this keeps you from, right, because we have the death energy here. Very much about renewal and rebirth. Okay? Growing from a painful situation. Becoming something new, something better. You cannot complete this process until you have acknowledged the reality of your situation, until you have faced it and stood up for yourself. I keep coming back to the Six of Fire here. Okay, the Six of Wands in the traditional tarot, this is victory. Okay, but this is also, fighting for yourself, standing up for yourself. Recognizing and accepting that you deserve better. You deserve a lot better. That there's nothing wrong with you. That the reason why you have been denied love from someone who should love you is because they are flawed and they are wrong, not because there's anything wrong with you. Okay? And so that's why you isolate yourself here, is what I feel like. You isolate yourself because it's easier than facing the reality. It's easier than facing the fact. But I would suggest, it's just an idea, it might be easier to just work through the pain and accept that this situation is fucked and that you don't get to have that familial relationship with this individual that other people get to have with their family, and that's because this individual has denied you of that. It's a crime against you. And you don't deserve it. And it's super shitty. But I almost get the sense that perhaps you turn this in on yourself to a degree. Or you blame yourself. Or you look for ways that you can make it your fault so that you don't have to hold this individual accountable. And cut their influence from your life. But because we have this Thanatos energy on the table, this death energy, you have to. You absolutely have to. There is a whole new life, a whole new way of feeling and thinking and being, feeling about yourself that is available to you, opportunities available to you, growth, evolution, your growth, your evolution cannot continue until you face the reality of the situation and you cut this person out of your life and you no longer allow them to affect you and you see them for the piece of shit that they are. Granted, this could be a broken piece of shit who has their own problems, has their own pain, okay? And that's true for everybody. It's not an excuse. It is not an excuse. This all comes down to you choosing not to allow this situation to keep you guarded up in your tower, refusing to live life, refusing to open your heart to other people who are worth it, other people who would treat you right and love you the way that you deserve. Okay, so not only are they robbing you of the love from them, but now they're robbing you of any meaningful connections that you could make with other individuals. And if this requires you getting mad at them about it, then get mad at them about it, because you should be. You should be mad about it. You should express that emotion to them if it would be helpful to you, although I'm not sure if they would care. But, instead of turning this in on yourself and feeling bad about it and trying to squish it down, get mad. Get mad about it. Throw a fit. Righteous anger is good every once in a while. It can be productive. It can help us work through shit and grow. Okay, so, I don't know. Get mad about it. I'm getting mad about it. You need to get mad about it. I do tell this to people a lot. I don't have anger issues, I swear. All right, so now we'll go ahead and we'll turn to the oracle cards. We'll get some extra advice or insight from Spirit that would be helpful to you guys in this situation. Yeah, okay. I don't know where I thought I was going with that. Any extra advice or insight for Scorpio? We have Neptune. Can we focus? Intuition, foresight, and awareness. All right, you know. This tells me that you know, in your gut, you have a feeling about what's going on and what the truth of the situation is. You need to trust that. You need to trust your gut. You need to trust your intuition. Listen to it and act on it. This seems to be it seems to be very important that you act at this time in your own best interest. You protect yourself and you love yourself the way that this other individual should love you. And make sure that you are being treated the way you deserve to be treated, which is a lot better than how you are currently or were treated in the past. We have this snake. Transformation and change. Exactly what I was just saying. This is directly related to the death card here. This is a very important time of transformation and change for you. Okay? And so you have to make a move. You have to release this sadness, this anger, this pain. And because we have the King of Cups on the table here in reverse, this indicates to me that you need to express it, not just release it. I'm not saying like sit in a hole for 20 minutes and convince yourself you're over it and then just tell yourself you're moving on. I mean, really express your emotions about the situation honestly and openly. Even if it's by yourself, allow yourself to feel it and let it out. Let it out of your body, out of your mind. Okay, because that's really how that release is going to occur, is if you speak it. Outward expression is very powerful too. It's cathartic, it's therapeutic. You have to express your feelings, how this has affected you, how you feel about the way that you've been treated. And also recognize that there is a lot of value in how you feel. Your feelings matter. Okay? And if these other individuals or this other person is not going to acknowledge that on their own, then you need to speak it because it's important and they need to hear it. Even if it's just for you to be able to move on. What else do we have? Advice for Scorpio. Any additional advice? Okay, so we have fertile. Fertile? Anyway. Opportunity. Wishes granted. Okay, this kind of confirms what I was saying earlier, that there's some kind of opportunity. There's something that you want that is available to you if you can work through this pain. And open your heart to it again. And perhaps what you really want is to be loved unconditionally, and this is available to you if you open yourself up for it. And this does require allowing yourself to trust somebody, which can be very difficult considering what you've experienced. But if what you wish for is what this individual has denied you, that is available to you from somewhere else. And it is okay to open yourself up to that other source of unconditional love and embrace it. I'm going to try to make my camera refocus again. Fertile. Nice old uterus there. There we go. Okay. One more. One more oracle card and then we'll call it a day. Last piece of advice for Scorpio before we wrap up this reading, please. One last piece of advice for Scorpio. So we have ebb and flow. So this has a lot to do with going with the flow in life. But I think also this is you allowing your emotions to flow. Your thoughts, your words. Okay? I sense blockages. Blockages everywhere. And that's how you've attempted to protect yourself from any future pain or hurt. But allowing the energy and the emotion to flow through you so that you can move through this pain, so that you can actually truly process and let it go. You have to allow that flow to occur. And that requires opening up and opening the floodgates and letting it all out. And it'll be a big surge of emotion at first. Very powerful. But it will die down. It will balance out. It will lower in intensity until it's back in balance again. That's how you bring all of these reverse cards back into balance here, is by allowing your emotions to flow through you and out of you to make room for other, better, more positive emotions. Okay? So that's what I've got for you guys this week, Scorpio. If this resonated, if you enjoyed this reading, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get updated when I upload new videos every week, hopefully every week. The way things have been going, I'm not making any promises, but that's my intention. Again, if you have any suggestions for types of readings that you would like to see on my channel in the future, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear your ideas and implement them in future videos. And yeah, that's about all I got. You guys take care, and I will see you next week.